Welcome everybody to another episode of Puro Pinche Sports. And I'm sorry guys, we took a little longer than a week. We actually tried to record, and we actually did record an episode last night. This is take two because that one got vanished. It was snapped. Daniel said, fuck you. We gotta try again. So we left the Restream, the website we've been using. Now we're using StreamYard. Again, welcome everybody, Puro Pinche Sports. I am your host, Jose Garza. And tonight, I am joined by my fellow contributors of the Puro Pinche Sports crew, Alex de la Cruz and Arturo Ibarra. How are you guys?
How you doing, man?
Good.
Nice to be back.
Yeah.
2 nights in a row, we're recording for the same damn episode. Oh, this is gonna be weird. It doesn't feel like as authentic, with the same shit that we already talked about yesterday. All right, but let's try it, right? This past weekend, Mother's Day weekend, Cinco de Mayo weekend, Canelo Alvarez defeated Billy Joe Saunders in 8 rounds out of 12 by TKO, corner stoppage. Guys, Canelo, freaking a badass, boxer, one of the best in the world right now. Alex, let's start with you. Give me your thoughts on the fight.
It was a good fight. Billy put up a big good fight, and Canelo came on top like always.
Man, I think it was just a beautiful fight we saw, with Canelo, clearly the favorite, rightfully so, right? Like he's putting out everything in the works to make his legacy, building it up step by step, pillar by pillar. And you just knew that eventually he's going to get a challenger that's going to make him a little more grounded, a little more even. Are you surprised, guys, that Billy Joe Saunders was that guy? He made it pretty even. Art, give me your thoughts on the fight.
So to be completely honest with you, man, I thought it was going to be a shit show. I thought that it was going to be a 3-4 round fight. I didn't think that Saunders was going to come out and he was being too flashy. He was talking too much. I didn't think he was going to back it up, but he backed it up. Looking at the stats and everything, Alvarez punch, and he landed 73. Saunders landed 60. They each threw 206 and 284. So Saunders threw more punches, and he landed 60.
Less
so
accurate.
It's he was less accurate on it. Canelo was a little bit more accurate on it. And I believe the thing to watch out with Canelo, dude, it's the hard power punches, like that little jab that he tried to do, and Saunders just missed, man, and Canelo took advantage of that. So for him to be able to do what he did and fracture and break, his face, it's, man, what kind of power he has.
Definitely. I mean, just a vicious uppercut, just straight into the eye, fractured the orbital. I mean, just nasty. Alex, talk to us about Billy Joe Saunders. The guy is brash. He talks a lot, but he brought it. He brought it in a matter where me and you watched it at our in-laws, and we saw him. I mean, in your scorecard, you had him winning the fight up until the stoppage.
Yeah, like Art said, a lot of people didn't think it was going to be a competitive fight, but he backed it up. I feel like he was winning the rounds, and you saw whenever you saw him with his hands down, he looked like he was more aggressive, and he looked like he was in his rhythm. He was more comfortable, but we all knew in the back of our mind that he's just one slip up with Canelo. If you slip one little bit, he's gonna get you with that heavy punch. But yeah, I feel like Billy did pretty good.
I don't know if any of y'all follow Canelo on Instagram.
Yeah, we do.
So, Dude, his freaking training, like his back training for evading punches, dude, it's freaking crazy, man. Like he eyes closed and everything, and I do believe he's one of the best. He might be the best boxer right now, and probably the best boxer there's ever been. He's surpassed a lot of great names.
I mean, that's going to be a tough task to back up. I mean, no matter what, the man does have a loss in his record, right? And you having just one blemish is almost arguably enough to get you out of the GOAT talk. I mean, Floyd is the guy that beat him, and Floyd is still undefeated. Um, and yes, I think Floyd will beat Logan Paul. I think anybody could beat.
But if he loses, then there's a talk.
He's not. First of all, the guy's got like 30, 40 pounds on him. So like, yeah, okay, it's you're. Yeah, no, Floyd's got the speed. He's gonna knock him out. Shit like that. Whatever. Anywho, what is next for Canelo? Because actually, you know what? Let's start with Billy Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders, fractured eye. He's going to be out for a good while. I mean, I should be saying fractured orbital. He's going to be out for a while. Art, let me start with you. What do you think is next for the loudmouth from UK?
So I believe I think we spoke after the fight. That it is sad. Like he did the hit that he received. It's a career-ending shot. So he could for sure come back, heal from it, and do what he does best. And that yet again, he loves boxing, so he might as well come back. It's going to be hard for him to come back from that one. However, I feel that if he does come back, I believe we talked about what his next fight would be, if he should go easy, the easy route out, or what he should do. And I feel that he should ask for a rematch. I think Alex made a good point about, he could have won the fight. That knockout really, that's what did it. So I feel when he comes back, his first fight should be, give me a rematch, or give me someone who is like Canelo, so I can prove that I can do what I was backing up. Because he did back up his talk. So I would say rematch.
Alex, your thoughts? You share the same sentiments as Art?
Yeah, I would have to agree with him. I mean, like you said, he backed it up. I had him winning in my scorecard, but judges. I feel like judges always favor the bigger name. But yeah, if I was Billy right now, of course, try to get his eye fixed, and the first thing I would try to do is try to get a rematch, and I think the fans would like that too.
I'm gonna say, as much as Billy Joe was good, I never felt Canelo was in danger personally. Yes, there was times that he got hit, and you're surprised Billy's landing, but at the same time he's fighting smart, right? Like he's a southpaw fighter. He's moving to his right, to Canelo's left, staying away from the power punches, using nice jabs, to keep his range away from Canelo's power. Hands down, I mean, kind of weird. I mean, I know, it was, if you know how to fight, you know how to defend yourself, cool, you can put your hands down. I'm never comfortable with the fighter putting his hands down, but Billy Joe Saunders did, and he was executing very well up until the end, where he just ducked and went and got clipped. I think more like a Caleb Smith should be next for Billy Joe Saunders when he comes back. If it's a year from now, 6 months from now, whenever he's able to return, let's give him let's give him a guy that is really good, is up there, but let's give him like a Caleb Smith. And then if need be, if he wins, and Canelo's up for it, and I think Canelo's always up for a fight, and he knows Billy will give him one, then I think they'll get the rematch. But I don't think it should be right away. I don't think honestly, wisely, it should not be Canelo first for him as soon as he comes back, right? Like, not from the injury. He needs a warm-up fight. He needs a tune-up fight. As far as Canelo, I believe Caleb Plant gave him the fight to unify all the titles. To get it over with. I'm tired of there being so many fucking titles. Unify the titles. Let's do it. What do y'all think? Alex, I'll start with you.
Like I said, I think I told you this yesterday, but I feel like Canelo could get at anybody he really wanted, honestly. And I'm not too sure if Caleb will be the first person, but like I said, he's up for anybody. So and then plus his fans wouldn't want him to duck from anybody. So I guess it's really who calls him out, because right now he's the top dog.
I mean, I personally think he wants Caleb Plant to unify all the titles, because then he could be really drenched in gold, even some more. Art, your thoughts?
So I'm looking at some reports right now, and I found the CBS one. So he did say, that his personal goal is to unify the 168 pounds. And he is the next champion. Caleb is the next champion. So he doesn't know what the goal is. Like, the goal is to unify and be the best boxer that's ever been. So like Jose Luis said, like if he wants to be decorated, hey, this is the next fight to go with. If he wants someone who's gonna push him, then maybe not. Maybe it's someone else who is a little bit better than Plant. But yet again, Plant is a champion though, so he is a champion for a reason. So if he wants to make a name for himself and unifying them and making a name out of himself, it's the way. Then hey, go for it. Kind of like Alex said, he's not going to back out from a fight.
You can't call yourself king unless you can get past Canelo right now. And Canelo has what, 4 or 5 titles right now? Like I said, there's too many to count in fucking boxing. All right, guys, let's move on. Great fight. Can't wait to see Canelo's next fight because he's just a badass. We talked about this last night. I really wish we had the original recording, but let's talk about it again. Anyways, I'm telling you, man. Like I know that we talked about this shit already, like all the stuff. And it feels like we're just repeating ourselves. Well, guess what? We have to repeat ourselves.
It's okay. The Bears got your quarterback. It's okay.
Shut your whole mouth. We're fine. I have Cam and Mac.
Well, we'll turn it around.
Cam spelled backwards is Mac. Anyways, we're not talking about that yet. Tim Tebow is making his return to the NFL. 9 years since he last played on the field. What the fuck is going on, guys? He's gonna join the Jacksonville Jaguars. It looks like reuniting with his former football college coach and Urban Meyer. Alex, what are your thoughts on this shit? Because I'm not happy about it. But you know this.
Well, first, it's good for him and also bad for him because he made a lot of people mad in the NFL with him getting a contract. And there's a lot of people out there that's been grinding to get a contract, and for Tim Tebow just to be out playing baseball and out of nowhere just get a contract. But there's I guess this has been going on for a while now. They've been talking about him and Urban Meyer been talking about it, and man, that's just crazy. And there is a chance of him actually making the NFL roster if the tight end room looks like if it stays the same going into the season. Because they only have 4 on the depth chart right now.
It's Jacksonville. They're owned by the Khan family, so they're horrible. And as my nephew's saying right now, he totally agrees with what I'm saying. The Khans suck. Tim Tebow sucks. I understand, nephew. I understand. I'm pissed. Art, give us your thoughts on the matter, because
we talked about that yesterday, and I know you brought it out, saying that it seems that the NFL is whitewashed, and we talked about how the NFL, like it seems that it's a white sport, basketball is a black sport, soccer is an international sport, and it just seems that as people we try to put a specific race into a type of sport. But to me, man, like it just seems there's better players out there that have not gotten a contract. I know we talked about Des Bryant, you and me, about him. Why isn't he in a roster? Kaepernick, why isn't he in a roster? He's a better quarterback. But yet again, because of the backlash that he had and what he wants to do and everything that he wants to kind of show with his NFL career and his Black Lives Movement, a lot of GMs don't want him. It's a lot of it's a lot of drama, and a lot of these teams don't want that. But it's the coach's boy, so he thinks that he may win him, he may get him a championship. They did get the first pick on the NFL draft. They got back, they put teammates back together. So maybe they're trying to make a run with it. Maybe they're trying to have Tebow there be like, hey, give Lawrence some pointers. But to be completely honest, man, I don't think that's the person you want to give your rookie quarterback some pointers. And he might rev up some wrong people in the team. I mean, he already rev up some people in the NFL. He might do that in his own team. So who knows, man? I don't think it's going to be a good move. I would not draft him fantasy-wise, though. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and as you can tell, my nephew completely agrees. He says, fuck that guy.
Let me try to get him out of here.
All right, go for it. Go for it. Sorry, nephew. Sorry. We heard everything you said, and I completely agree with you. Let me translate, guys. The NFL is looking really bad right now. But more specifically, Urban Meyer allowing a guy who's been away from the sport for 9 years. I mean, okay, 7 if you want to count the teams that he was on during the off season or training camp and shit like that, right? The New England Patriots was one of them. It's terrible. Like, what are you doing? Like, we're trying to show that we're ending racism, we're standing together, all this shit. We're giving equal opportunity for everybody that has earned it and deserved it. Tim Tebow has not stepped on an NFL field in a uniform, padded uniform, since he was 24. He's 33 years old today. He doesn't deserve to be in the league. This is not his time. Young tight ends, young kids from college who are trying to live out their dream, they should be getting this opportunity. Players who haven't had the best opportunities in certain teams, who are free agents right now, who are still grinding for another chance, they deserve this opportunity. Tim Tebow does not. It's very selfish and greedy of him to even attempt to do this. He knows how hard it is to get in the NFL, and he's so prideful. This Christian man was so prideful of giving up the quarterback position that he decided to just leave the NFL and chase a dream in baseball because he was too selfish to, stop being a quarterback when everyone was telling him you're not good enough to be an NFL quarterback. You're so bad, Tim Tebow, that they didn't even want you as a backup or a third string. They wanted you as a running back. And you're going to come in as a tight end, and your former coach in college in Florida is going to allow you to get that shot? Fuck that, man. Fuck that shit. It's proven nothing how whitewash it is. Go ahead.
Well, it just tells you Cam Newton was on that Florida team whenever they were, and some say Cam Newton was a lot better than him at that time, but they had Urban Meyer, and Cam Newton got in a little bit of trouble there in Florida. So, but just imagine that.
I don't know, man. It's
Art, you're messing with your microphone, so
my bad, man. You made a good point. He's 33. He was 24 or 22. You said last time he played.
24, yeah.
Dude, he played with two. He played with two teams. He played for a total of 3 years, man. I know he got drafted 25th pick in 2010 NFL draft, but he played with the Broncos and with the New York Jets. What did he do? What did he lead?
His one highlight is getting 316 passing yards. John 3:16 against the Steelers in the playoffs, then getting his ass handed to him by the Patriots, and then not even really starting, getting the starting role in the Jets. That's his legacy in the NFL.
I don't know, man. To me, it's if you're bringing someone back, I'm not saying bring him back though, but Johnny Manziel, he's playing football. He did his thing. He's playing some type of football. He's trying to get back into the NFL. He didn't go hey, I won the job in the NFL. Let me see if I'm still at it. I love the game of football. Let me try it out. Tim Tebow just barked at the right tree, and he got a position though. So it's one of those things that we talked about. Is it really whitewash, or is it just being preference because he's your boy? They don't have the hardest. They're in the mid pack of the hardest NFL schedule. Maybe they're trying to make a run for it. I don't know, man. I don't think that's a good move. I think he might be a bust, man. I think he may. I don't know. To me, it sounds like they're trying to do what the Saints did last year with Hill and trying to incorporate some of those plays with the quarterback, the tight end as a quarterback. But I don't know, man. I don't think Tebow can do that.
I think it's ass. Anyways, I think we've talked enough about that. I think y'all know how I feel about that issue. It's just too much, man. If we're trying to knock this talk about white privilege and move on from that shit, you're not knocking it with this fucking shit at all. You're not knocking it at all. And let's use a segue right now. We got Enter Zone leaving a comment saying, "Watch out for the Raiders." Let's use that as a segue. The Raiders, guys, the NFL schedule came out not too long ago, about 2 days ago. And again, like I said, we talked about it yesterday, but now we got to talk about it again. So, Raiders kind of in the middle of the pack there, Las Vegas. What do y'all believe they're going to be as far as, are they going to take advantage? They have the 8th hardest schedule right now. Your thoughts on that?
Man, it's kind of hard though. It's we talked about it, our predictions for who was going to get the wild card and all that. But looking at the strength of schedule, I mean, yeah, they are 8th, but when there's a bye week, their bye week I believe is on. Let's see, I'll tell you right now.
3, 2, 1.
Can't see them, man.
it doesn't matter. But overall, tell our boy Enter Zone. Do you think they're gonna make the playoffs? Yes or no?
I don't believe they make the playoffs.
Ooh,
sorry, man.
And they have a week 8 bye schedule, by the way.
Yep. Oh, that's with the Ravens.
Yeah. Alex, your thoughts on the Raiders? The Las Vegas Raiders. They have probably one of the nicest stadiums out there now. This is the second year they're going to be able to use it. First year with fans in it. Your thoughts?
I just feel like the Raiders right now, they're in a tough division right now, and with the Chargers too. I feel like they're the team that's coming up in that division that's actually probably going to compete more with the Kansas City Chiefs. But I mean, the Raiders have some key guys there. I wouldn't see why they wouldn't make a run for it. They don't get absolutely demolished. I mean, they keep up with some teams in there, and they were in the playoff run for the last bit of the season last year. So I don't know. They're one of those dark horses in that division, and actually in that conference. So
let me ask you this: as the only team that beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the regular season last year, and of course they were known for honking their horns around the stadium when they won. Is this a team really that is sneaky good? Like let's be real. Like as far as we got Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs is good. I mean, I think he's good. He's not a scrub, but he's not like all world. I would say RB2 in fantasy football, maybe, so like that. I mean,
who else did they pick up? The Raiders as a running back? I can't remember.
Kenyon Drake, your favorite.
It's one of those things, man. Like that division. I mean, you have the Chargers, you have the Raiders, you have the Chiefs, and you have the Broncos. And I know we talked about this yesterday, man. And you and I have been talking. Like, what if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Broncos? Like, he just completely makes a shit show of the whole AFC, like the whole AFC division. So by him going to if he goes to the Denver Broncos, like
big if,
like that already kicks out the Raiders and the Chargers, and he could beat the Chiefs. So
for the division, just for the
division. Yeah. So, and then like your wild cards after that, it gets really complicated for that. So,
for y'all who don't remember, and it's very clear and obvious by what they're wearing, Art and Alex are Bears fans. They want Aaron Rodgers gone, either to retire and be Jeopardy host for the rest of his life with Shailene Woody, or to be traded to Denver and never have to be their problem again, except for once every 4 years. That's what they want. They want him gone. Let's move on from that. Thank you, Enter Zone, for your comment. The schedule came out. First game of the season. Give me your quick thoughts on Cowboys versus Buccaneers for opening night. Alex, go ahead.
Bucks by a blowout, I think.
Wow.
Only because the Cowboys. I mean, what have they really shown me for their defense coming from last year?
Right.
But I know they went into the draft and they went defense. So hopefully that works out for them. I have the Cowboys going to the playoffs this year only because of their schedule. But yeah, I think the Bucks got that.
And we can talk about what teams we believe in the playoffs in just a bit for our final segment. Looking at the rest of the night, quick, Art, give me your thoughts on Bears versus Rams for the first Sunday night football game.
So I believe that's going to be a hard game for both. You know, they both have great defenses. They both have one of them has a new quarterback that we know for sure he's starting. The other one, we still don't know if it's going to be Justin Fields or
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton. So it's one of those things like we do have 4 preseason games. So I know Alex made a good point. Yeah, sorry, 3. Alex made a good point. You know, like by the second game, if Justin Fields is in, he'll be the starter, hopefully coming in. It is going to be a hard game for Justin Fields to play in. I mean, you have Jalen Ramsey and you have Aaron Donald. Like those 2 guys, man, they're beasts, man. Like they're freaking crazy. So to me, I want the Bears to win. I see it really hard for the Bears to win it, but that's going to be a hard game, man.
So do you believe if Justin Fields starts the first 2 preseason games, will that be enough for him to win the starting job?
I believe the Bears franchise wants to make a change. You know, they traded up 3 or 4 years ago for Trubisky. Bad choice what they did, especially going from 3 to 2. But they're trying to make a name for themselves. Like they're trying to say, okay, we did wrong. Let's do it again. Let's not be afraid of trading up for a quarterback. We can do this. Justin Fields has the weapons to do it. You have Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson has been wanting a quarterback. You know, like this is his franchise tag year. So if he doesn't get the quarterback that he wants, he's out. So to me, the Bears defense needs help on the offense. If the offense can stay on the ball and run the clock, I'm pretty sure they should be able to beat the Rams. Yet again, the Rams just got a better quarterback, and he has weapons. So it's gonna be a gun show. It's gonna be a good Sunday night game to watch. Yeah. That's gonna be a great game.
2 top defenses. You definitely got possibly just only 1 good quarterback playing, maybe 2 if Justin Fields get on the field. No offense to Andy Dalton. You led the Bengals to all those playoffs, never won a single game. You couldn't do anything for the high-power offense that was the Cowboys, even though they have a terrible defense, and who knows, maybe they changed their ways now, right? All right, Alex, because that's your team, let me ask you, is Justin Fields starting week 1?
The way the schedule lines up, yes, I feel like that would be a lot smarter because the back end of the schedule, the Bears schedule, is a lot tougher. So, like I said, if I was the GM of the Bears, I wouldn't want Justin Fields to be thrown into that gauntlet. You know, let him get a couple games under his belt before he gets to that tough schedule. I hope he does start. I feel like he should start. So, yeah, I believe he'll start at the beginning of the year.
All right, cool. And I think he'll do great if he does get the chance to start. The Rams will be a tough defense for him for his first try, though. I'm going to give the Rams the win on that one, but that's just a lot of respect to the Rams and what they've done over the years. Sean McVay's just a brilliant coach. Say what you will about his poor performance at the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. He's still one hell of a coach that's been able to do wonders with Jared Goff at the helm. I mean, for goodness sakes. Now he's got Matthew Stafford, who's a lot of people believe that he's a really good quarterback, a great quarterback that's been in a shitty team. I think he's good. I think he's all right, but I don't think he's all world, great. But let's see. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. He'll prove his doubters wrong. Guys, for our final segment, let's talk about it. The NFL playoff predictions right here, right now. How the rosters are listed right now. Not what possibly could happen if Aaron Rodgers gets traded. Not possibly what would happen, if someone's leg breaks or ACL or God forbid their Achilles and they're fucking get cut, a fucking week later. Give me your thoughts on the NFC side. I'll give you my thoughts first, and then I'll let y'all go ahead. So for the NFC West, I have the 49ers reclaiming their throne. As great as the Rams are, as talented as the Seahawks are with Russell Wilson, I'm going to say the 49ers. They had to deal with a bunch of injuries last year, and they still were fighting to try to, get a wild card spot. Weren't really close, but they fought very well. They have Jimmy G. They have Trey Lance. That's what they need to figure out, who's going to be their quarterback of the future. We know it's going to be Trey Lance. And you still got George Kittle and a bunch of other weapons like freaking Tebow Samuel, and just crazy there. NFC South. the Super Bowl champions, the current rating defending champions, Buccaneers. Easy pick right there. No more Drew Brees to really challenge them. I don't think Jameis Winston even gets the Saints to the playoffs. NFC East, Dallas Cowboys. I think of all the teams, in my personal opinion, they're the only ones that made the improvements on the right side of what they needed. I know we talked about yesterday the Giants and Eagles and stuff, and I'll let y'all elaborate on that since, nobody's going to be able to hear that conversation until y'all say something. I want to say the Cowboys are going to get the NFC East. But the defense better fucking improve, and hopefully one of these teams gets above 500, right? None of them did last year. And then for the NFC North, I'm going to give it to the Vikings. I know that's upsetting to your fellow Bear fans and like everybody that believes in them. The Vikings are a tough team. Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, still a decent defense. It's not as great as it was a few years ago. It's decent enough. And I think they'll be good enough to get to the playoffs. And as for my wildcard teams, Chicago Bears, they'll be in it, I believe. I think their strong defense will keep them alive a lot. They're going to focus on the run game. They're going to have Justin Fields playing more. And then for my last two wildcard spots, it's going to be taken by two NFC West teams, the Seattle Seahawks and Los Angeles Rams. I just don't see how you're going to have a Russell Wilson-led team not be in the playoffs. He makes people that are shit look really good. And Los Angeles Rams, we already praised them enough about how good they are. They're in. Alex, I'll start with you with your picks.
All right. So for the NFC West, I know you had the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the Arizona Cardinals. I know they're still early in their stage with a lot of their young players, but last year they were 1 year ahead of what they were supposed to be. So I feel like they're getting there, and they'll take the NFC West. NFC South, I have the Tampa Bay Bucks also, and the NFC East I actually got the Giants to win that division. And the NFC North, of course, I'm gonna go with my Bears. But it does leave a lot of doubt there with the stuff that's going on with Green Bay. That's pretty tough. But right now, I feel like Green Bay is out the doors with Aaron Rodgers, and then go ahead.
I was gonna just say, if in case anybody's wondering how I left Green Bay out, it's going by Aaron Rodgers' words. I will retire if I'm not traded. I'm gonna believe they're not gonna trade him, and then he's gonna retire. So that's why I said that pick. Go ahead.
And then for the wild cards, I got the Rams and the 49ers. And then for that last spot, I got the Dallas Cowboys, only because of their schedule, like I said at the beginning. I did leave out a big name, Seattle. But I don't know. It's just that division is just really tough right now. There's a lot of good talent in that division. And the other three teams have been making a lot of moves during the offseason. Well, the Seahawks haven't. So
okay. Yeah. And Art, your predictions?
So someone just texted on that comments. Apparently, Deshaun Watson got traded to the Washington. Is that true?
No, I would have gotten an ESPN alert on that. You would have.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I didn't get it either.
So
come on, Kobe for life. You got the shout out though.
Yeah, there you go. Breaking news, false news.
But hey, watch out for that Washington defense though.
Yeah. So
they're gonna compete.
So my prediction is the NFC West is going to be the 49ers. I know that one for sure. They're going to come back. They're going to come back healthy. They have great weapons, and whether it's whichever quarterback it goes to, both quarterbacks have great weapons in it, so it doesn't matter there. For the NFC South, I have the Tampa Bay winning it. They're going to come back. Brady wants another ring. Hey, go for it. You have the weapons. They re-signed most of their team. They want to redo what they did last year, so that's great. A lot of teams don't do that. NFC East, I had the New York Giants too. I feel like they're going to surprise a lot of people, especially because they have a lot of weapons there. They have some good weapons, there. They have Kenny Golladay back there. Daniel Jones can throw the ball and he can run. Yet again, Saquon Barkley is back.
Did you say
You
that
gotta-
right? Did you say
Yeah.
how okay?
Snake
Okay.
quad. Have you seen those quads, man? Like he has huge quads, man. Like he's freaking crazy, man. He's a beast. But he's back. He's gonna be able to alleviate some of that pressure that Daniel Jones is gonna have.
You need to say his name correctly. It's Saquon Barkley.
Saquon.
Barkley. Okay, go ahead.
No, but I do think the New York Giants are gonna surprise a lot of people. And then for the NFC North, I'm gonna go with my Bears. You know, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a close match between the Vikings and the Bears, especially if Rodgers is out. However, if Rodgers is in and he decides to, you know what, I'm gonna make a last move, whatever, I'll stay. Then I do see the Packers winning that division. But as of right now, I'm calling my Bears to win the NFC North division. You know, they have some good weapons. They upgraded the O-line. And they have a new quarterback. Hopefully, he is the salvation to our prayers. But but one can only wish. Right. For my wild cards, I have from the NFC South. I don't have anyone, man. I don't think anyone's gonna go into the wild card. The NFC East, I do believe the Dallas Cowboys, just like Alex said, their schedule, they may make it there. The NFC North, I think the Minnesota Vikings will probably get in the wild card. And then for the NFC West, I have the Rams. To be completely honest, I have the Rams too. Seattle, I mean, he has the weapons and everything. Russell Westbrook has been able to make it to the playoffs. I just don't believe he's going to cook this year. He's been having issues with the administration. He wanted out of there. But he could change it, They did kind of help him a little bit with the O-line. Yeah, but yet again, he has Metcalf and everything. So
to be clear, y'all both are saying Seattle's not in.
I don't believe Seattle will get the wild card in.
Yeah, me neither. But
it's a hard division.
Too early. Yeah, and then plus it's way too early to make, that those kind of predictions. But
yeah,
like I said, that division's really tough.
The whole NFC, man, it's you kick one out, but you still like you said, you have the Rams, you have the Cardinals, you have the Niners, you have Tampa, you have Carolina, which I don't think the quarterback's going to go there, but they have a good running game. Washington might surprise people. The Giants might surprise Dallas. And then you have the Bears, the Vikings, and I hope the Packers if they keep Rodgers. So you have to leave one out.
Yeah, and okay. So let me reiterate what I said last night. Russell Wilson is a badass motherfucker, even though he's never had an MVP vote. The man always cooks. It does not matter who he has on his squad. DK Metcalf has only been in that squad for 2 seasons?
Yep.
And before that, he was balling out. Russell Wilson was a champion before he got DK Metcalf. He went to 2 Super Bowls. We're not saying the defense is as impressive as the Legion of Boom. We're saying that Russell cooks, and him cooking is enough to always get them in the playoffs. We have never really seen them not make the playoffs, with Russell. I think he's a type of breed like a Tom Brady, a Peyton Manning. If he's at the helm, they're making the playoffs, regardless of how the other teams are. We can't underestimate how they are because he had a little bit of a beef and then they settled it. Unlike with the Packers who always have a beef and they never settle it, but they go on, right? As long as Russell's playing, I think he's going to do good. The only way I see him not making the playoffs is he is injured. Bad thumb, torn bicep, torn ACL, Sierra won't let him out the house, shit like that. Otherwise, I just can't see Seattle not being in the playoffs. Well, all right. I respect y'all's, picks. We'll see later on when we make picks closer to the season how that goes. AFC side. Let's go ahead and make predictions on there. I'll kick it off again just to give y'all, more time to think about it if y'all want to change your minds from anything from last night. Heart. AFC South. The Colts. Indianapolis Colts. I got them winning it. Wentz, not the best quarterback, right, as he once was. But who knows? Maybe this new life over there, in Indy. Maybe it'll change it and they will go ahead. They had the same record as the Titans. Unfortunately, there's just a tiebreaker that the Titans won, and boom, that's all they needed. AFC East. The New England. No, I'm just kidding. Made the same joke last night. Buffalo Bills. They're gonna reclaim their title. They're gonna win it once again, back to back. Give them a lot of respect. Josh Allen and the crew with the with Stephon Diggs, with freaking Cole Beasley, and just the talent that they have. Even now on the defense, in which they've added on to the defense. Now they're gonna be even bigger threats, hopefully better than what they played in the AFC Championship game. I think they'll take the AFC East. The Cleveland Browns, I have them taking the North. Steelers are done. Big Ben is done. I don't care what anyone says. This is his last year, and he's cooked. If you want to talk about anyone being cooked, it's that man. He's done. They're not going to take it. The Ravens, I love Lamar Jackson, but once again, they are not giving him a fucking weapon. You had all these free agent wide receivers, and you didn't get one. You have Hollywood Brown. You can't get his cousin Antonio. That dude's still dealing with legal troubles, and you can't even get him, but the Bucks can for cheap. Get out of here with that shit, man. That's stupid. AFC West, Kansas City Chiefs, easy. They're nothing right now saying the Raiders, the Chargers, the Broncos are going to take their spot. It's just not possible. It's the Chiefs. Sealed, signed, and delivered on that part. Wildcard teams, the Baltimore Ravens. They're going to be in there. They're still a threat. They just haven't advanced their team yet as compared to the Browns, who are getting more weapons for the defense, getting stronger and better still for the offense. You still got Nick Chubb. You still got Kareem Hunt. That's a squad right there. They should be winning it. New England Patriots, my New England Patriots, they will get in the playoffs. Everyone's still doubting that defense. They're getting their boys back. All the people that sat out last year, they're getting their boys back. They're going to make a run. I don't know how far.
Don't make it out the door.
I'm hoping they're, you want them out the door. I'm hoping they get as close to an AFC Championship game as possible. But it's a tough row, murderer's row. And for the last spot, Tennessee Titans. You got Derrick Henry. He's a beast, but they're not going to win the division, I don't believe. I believe they're scrambling too much. They've never been a team that, is superior and big and all that. Yes, they went 11-5 last year. You could argue they could have done more, and they could have done better. Many games that sometimes they don't always cook with Henry, but let's see. They got Ryan Tannehill at the helm. He's not in Miami no more. He's doing great things for them. You got AJ Brown. You got studs over there. So I think those are my 7 teams right there that they're going to make the playoffs. Art, I'll start with you now.
So for the AFC South, I have the Colts as well. AFC East for sure, Buffalo Bills. AFC North, I believe Cleveland Browns takes it, and AFC West, Kansas City. Now my wild card does get a little bit iffy there, but I believe the Ravens will take one of the wild card spots. I do believe, after discussing it with you and everything, the Los Angeles Chargers is going to be one of those teams that to look for. Justin Herbert's a great quarterback. He's a good quarterback to watch out for. He has great weapons. We saw it last season with COVID. I mean, we thought the Chargers were not going to make anything. They were not going to make a run. And, hey, they could have won more games than they should have won.
Yep.
The one that I'll pick at it, it's the Tennessee Titans and the New England Patriots. Most of the weapons from the Tennessee Titans, the tight end, the one that they used to ditch the ball to, he's out of the Tennessee Titans. He is with the New England Patriots. You did make the call for the defense. They just got Mac Jones. He does a similar to Brady, even if he doesn't start the season and they let Cam do what Cam does. I feel that it's going to be between the New England Patriots and the Tennessee Titans. I would probably give that wild card to the New England just because of the defense, because of that point that you made. Yesterday, I said the Titans. I said, and like I said, it was one game that was going to keep the Tennessee and the Patriots in and out. If that defense gets the New England Patriots ahead with the new weapons that they upgraded their offense, They're giving more weapons, some weapons to Cam or Mac Jones.
Mm-hmm.
They could make a run for it. I don't think they're going to win the division, but they could get a wild spot. And they may kick the Tennessee Titans out of it,
All right. Looks like I changed your mind somehow, but, even by a little, it's something, All right, Alex, go ahead and give us your predictions.
So for the AFC South, East, it's going to be the Buffalo Bills, Bills Mafia. The AFC North, I have it's going to be different from y'all, but I have the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
And then for the AFC South, I also have something different from y'all. I got Tennessee, and AFC West, I got the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, these wild cards, it's kind of tricky, man, because there's a lot of good teams in the AFC conference, and there's a lot of young guns. So we're gonna leave some young guns out in this one, I think.
Okay.
We're gonna. I think the Browns will make the wild card, the first wild card. The second one, it's gonna be the Colts, and the last one, it's tough. It's tough because there's four teams that could possibly make it. There's Miami, New England, the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Las Vegas Raiders. But out of those four teams, I feel like who's going to gun it out is going to have the best coaching, and that's going to be the Patriots.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do not doubt the Pats just because they don't got Tom Brady. All the Pats beat Tom Brady in the Buccaneers week 4. I say yes.
I'm looking for. I would like that upset.
They're not going to, bro. Okay, did y'all see how much the lowest fucking ticket is? I tried to get one, and I'm not going to now because it's $1,200. $1,200 just to see Brady back in New England in a different uniform? Fuck that shit. Watch it on TV for free.
But like I said, I think Miami is just 1 year too early right now, and so
does
are
that
the
shock
Chiefs.
you?
Not the Chiefs, the Chargers.
Does that shock you? Because Miami with Brian Flores is a fantastic team, right? Like they have Tua. They just got Jalen Waddle. Like they're not scrubs, but for whatever reason, they just don't feel like they fully clicked yet to just get that spot. Is it weird? I find it weird.
I think that I agree with Alex. There's so many good teams that are coming up on that AFC. And like I said, it's between Tennessee and New England. My other one was between Miami and the Chargers. That's two teams that are like, I feel like they will battle it out. And I feel like the Patriots and Tennessee will battle it out. But like, again, it's one damn game, man. Like it's crazy. And I know we're not talking ifs, but if Rodgers goes in to that division, man, it freaking screws everything up. So like you said, it's too early to call it out. But if he goes to the Broncos, man, it's gonna mess up that whole AFC.
The Broncos are not the Broncos. The Packers are a stubborn team. They have no owner, as y'all both mentioned before. But let's end it night, guys. Let's end it like that. That was good. I love the talk. I love that we were able to bring the energy, even though, like I said, we gave that energy for an hour last night, and fuck, man, it still bothers me right now with that whole technology shit, right? But anyways, we were able to get it done. Thank you guys again for joining me for a back-to-back night to talk about the same shit. Hope you guys enjoyed the video tonight, guys. Like I said, round of applause for these guys. They had plans. They had a lot of things to do. As you can tell, Art has family in the background, like yelling and screaming, having a good damn time. Alex has my nephew in the background, ready to knock the doors down, ready to knock on the camera, shit like that. So appreciate you guys. Thank you for the loyalty. These are my contributors, guys. These are part of the Budo Beach Sports family. Like, these are my boys. Like, I appreciate them for coming on and talking football. They love football. They love boxing. They love a lot of fucking good sports out there. But anyways, Alex, give us your plugs. Where can the people find you at if you want them to even find you?
So you guys can find me on Instagram, Alex_Delacruz_54. And you guys will probably just see pictures of my family and pictures of my old school football pictures and some soccer pictures. Nothing too exciting, but
Hey man, shit,
yeah.
and that you put up what you put up, man. That's your life. That's your enjoyment. That's what you love. Awesome. All right, where can the people find you at if you want them to find you?
Sure, man. You guys can find me at beachbum_AI. Yet again, I haven't posted too much lately. I am graduating tomorrow. I'm going to be posting some live feeds in it. So go ahead and show some love in there. Graduate with our master's in architecture. So if you guys want to design, just hit me up. But yeah, just hit me up. Anything, you guys are going to be seeing a lot more posts for my field as well as fantasy football and, some home remodelation that I'm going through. So hit me up.
Nice. All right, thank you guys again. And of course, you can follow the podcast if you're new. Follow the podcast on Instagram at Puro Pinche Sports Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Pinche Sports Pod. Oh, and I just remembered. I will be tomorrow at the Tim Duncan Hall of Fame game. I got this poster at the Tim Duncan Hall of Fame photo walk. Beautiful design. Artist, I'm sorry. I didn't remember your name right away, but big props for you, bro. Like this is badass. Let me give you like more of a full design. Like, that's just badass, bro. Like congratulations to Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, and the late great Kobe Bryant on the 2020 class Hall of Fame. Fucking well deserved. I saw that Kobe's daughter got the jacket and ring. Such a beautiful moment. Miss Kobe so much. But anyways, guys, we are Puro Pinche Sports, and we are out.
Thanks, man.